The grade 10 teachers of Clan Carthy High School. Good morning, good afternoon to you. I am not sure what time you're watching this recording. The grade 10 parents, very critical. Good afternoon, good morning to you. You might have heard a lot about me already. Let me say grade 10 now. I would have gone long time from Clan Carthy High School, where I served as the Dean of Discipline for a number of years. But look, I'm sitting here in the United States of America in Florida. I heard we have a storm coming soon. But look, we're going to have a conversation here, right? And the conversation is going to be based on how you invest in your children, your child, your child at Clan Carthy High School, but not necessarily the child that you have at Clan Carthy High School, but other schools, your children. Look, it's a serious conversation that many school, many grades have not been having. But when you see your grade supervisor, the management, the leaders of grade 10 step up and decided that, hey, parents, you need to hear this because it's critical. Look, investment. It's a very interesting word, and we use it every day. Well, when we talk about investment, we talk about returns. Got investment equal returns, right? But guess what happened? Talking about investment, basically speaking about what you want to get out of it. And usually we want to get more out of our investment, right? Yes, trust me, we all talk about investment. And you must understand that what we can invest is something that we value. Now, what can you invest? Let's look at that. Yeah, we're going somewhere. We're going into the meat of the matter, but let's look at that. We can invest money, time, energy, talent, and many other things. You name them. And naturally, something of value because we want that return. And usually, that return for us should be more valuable. It's a risky thing, right? Because all investments are risky, but often worth it. We have to take chance because we never know what will come out of the chance that we take. And we take it with our children as well. Come on, guys. It's real talk. We understand the challenges that our children, may have us experience, but we just never know. So we have to take that chance and invest in our children. Very, very critical. Well, we're gonna narrow it down, because this whole thing about investment and returns on investment is no different as it relates to investing in our children and getting the returns that we want for us and for us and them. It's critical for us to consider it from many different perspectives. But use what we value to take a chance with our children. What do you value? Your time, your money, what? Your energy. Whatever you value, use that, invest it in things that will support your children. Very, very, very important. And it is so important that that time, money, and energy. You notice I talk about time a lot, money and energy. Check it. Our time is critical. Or money is critical, or perhaps even more critical. And the energy, right? The energy, the being out there, the getting things done. It takes a lot. Those are critical. So yes, we talk about that. We talk about that. But do you think it's important to invest what you value in your child's education, healthcare, and basic needs? Yeah, those three elements: your child education, your child healthcare, and basic needs. You're talking about shelter, clothes, and food. Yes. Yes, very critical. And even though I'm not there with you in Jamaica, it's a conversation that we can have because I know in your mind you're thinking, you're basically talking to me, but I'm not hearing you. But yeah, grade 10 leadership recognize the importance, and trust me, they care about you. So that is why they ask that this be done. But let's look at it further, just a little bit further, because educational neglect, medical neglect, and psychological maltreatment, that is critical to psychological maltreatment, speaks to the negative words that you speak to your child, that investment into your child, that negative word. Let's think about the returns on investing that negative word, those negative words. I want you to think about it. What you think will happen if you talk negatively to your child? That psychological maltreatment, saying to your child things that will belittle your child and make your child feel worthless. Mm. That can be a return as well. So what do you invest in your child? What do you invest? That's what I'm talking about here. And when you invest, what do you get in return? You can get negative things in return, but let's narrow this down. Focus more on educational investment. Hey, that's an educational institution that you're in. And it's critical that we talk about that. Yes, we talk about other investment, emotional investment in your child, ensure that. But because that's a function of the family, that's a function of the parents as well, in terms of emotional support. And that is expected. And that emotional support is also, will also drive the educational capability and accomplishment of your child. Think about it. So yes, always give your child that emotional support. And as a psychologist, I will tell you, you have to find out what's going on with your child. Yeah, very critical. But educational investment. What do you invest in your child education? It's simple. You see that? Why? Many people don't like that word, but I'm going to break that down into letters WHY. And I'm going to sum up this importance of child-based investment, I like to call it, and in particular in education. I'm going to sum it up in those three letters, WHY. You call it Y, right? But okay, fine. If it helps us to understand more what's going on here. Let's look at the W first. Will. And it speaks to document will, that legal document, and it also speaks to will to do, the determination to do. And our education is ours. What you have in your brain, no one can take it away. It cannot go on the will. Education cannot go on your child will when that child become an adult and have stuff. People will take away your pen, any little thing that you have when you go, but your education, what is in your brain, cannot be taken away. And indeed, I believe that's the only thing that we own. I have realized that long ago. Hence, I have gotten several masters, a doctorate, bachelor's degree. I have attained the highest level of education and keep going. Masters in psychology, masters in organizational studies, masters in public administration, doctorate in education, organizational leadership, concentration, and also a master's in child protection and juvenile justice. Why? Because I believe in educational investment. And I'm saying that to you. Invest in your child education because it will worth it. It cannot go on the will, so that's the only thing that your child will own. And it means also that you have to have that will to invest in your child education. Yes, you have the ability. Many of you, sitting there listening to me are standing for that matter. You have the funding, you have the resources, but do you have the will to invest in your child education? So that's a W. Let's sum that up, right? That's a W. But what's the H? Help, help, help. Yes, we can look at help in many ways as it relates to investment, investing in your child education. We're talking about the importance of investing in your child education, child-based investment, and the returns on your investment. Help. You need help to get this done. You cannot do it alone, definitely. So if you have someone, if you're a male listening to me, if you have a female partner who will assist you, if you're a female, a male partner will assist you, that's critical, right? Our siblings within the home can also help. However, the onus is on you. The responsibility is yours to ensure that your child gets the help that he or she needs in order to achieve academically. If you want to really help your child, invest in your child's education. Education, critical. Invest in your child education. And as I've said to you, that investment is very, 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 very personal to the individual, because that is the only thing you really, really own. So invest in your child education if you really, really want to help that child. What's the why? Yo. Hey, we are Jamaican, we know. When somebody say, yo, serious thing, serious something, yo, yo. Yeah, so the why is yo. And it's a sound of pulling up your socks. It's a sound of, hey, get it together. So that why for me is yo. Yo, spend on your child's future more than the child's past and present. Hey, the past is the past. Yes, you have to know your past to know your future. Yes, you know it, but don't spend a lot of capital on your past. Don't spend a lot of what value, the time, the energy, the money on your past. Yes, your present. Didn't say don't spend on your present. Yeah, but don't spend too much on your present without focusing a majority of what you value, time, money, energy, on the future of your child. Because we're talking about child-based investment here now, and we're focusing more on education. Yes, emotional investment, we talked a little about that before, and psychological maltreatment must not be invested in, but it should be the other way around. So, yo, do that. Ensure that you invest in your child's future. Yo, set example. Set an example to ensure your child is prepared for the future. So set that example. Be who you want your child to be. That's an investment too. You're investing in your child's future by setting an example, by being who you want your child to be. Don't say, oh, I want you to do this, do that, and you're not setting that example. Children live what they learn. You know that song? I love listening to it because it's true. It's reality. So what you teach them, that's what you will get. That's will be the return on your investment, because you invest that sort of a mal example, so to speak, within your child. So it's critical for you to understand that. And it's also important for us to understand that investment in time to monitor homework is also critical. So, yo, invest in the time. Give your child that time to monitoring of homework. right? Regulating the timetable at home so that the child will get his or homework done. Ensure the resources are available. Yes, that investing money in the resources to ensure that you invest properly in your child's education. So that's critical. What are you investing towards your child's future? Ask yourself that question today. But the other question I'd like to ask you, what are your expected returns on your investments? Hmm, rhetorical questions, but I want you to answer that to yourself in your mind or document it, put it down on paper, right? And finally, I'd like to ask you, what are your whys? I give you some of my whys, right? And that the why that I give you are the why that I give you sum up this whole concept, this whole notion of investing in your child education, of investing in your child's future. So you have some whys too, and I want you to take those whys out, brush them off, and document them now, put them on paper, because it is critical for us to remember the importance of investing in your child, investing in your child's future, investing in your child's education, investing in your child's emotional well-being, investing in the critical aspect of your child's life, medical, basic needs. Don't forget that in doing this, you also have to remember a little piece of the pie for you, because you need to ensure that you're healthy, you are well enough to continue that investment. What are your whys? Thanks for listening to me, right? And I hope you keep safe down there in Jamaica. And at Clan Carthy, very nice group of teachers there, very nice institution. I'm encouraging you to support the grade 10 leadership. Support the grade 10 leadership for your child future. Thank you. Goodbye.